When you look closely at your succulent and see the leaf shrinking and the surface folding into deep ridges, the immediate instinct is to reach for the watering can. That reaction is a natural response to seeing a plant look withered. However, treating that one symptom as a command to water is how many enthusiasts inadvertently kill their collection. A wrinkled leaf indicates that the internal water pressure has dropped. The physical structure is collapsing because the cells inside have reached their limit. This pressure drop stems from two distinct biological causes. In one scenario, your soil is bone dry and your plant is out of resources. In the other, your root system is actively dying while submerged in heavy, wet soil. To understand the reality of your plant's health, you have to examine the relationship between the leaf, the soil, and the roots before you pour a single drop of water. To see what goes wrong, we have to look at how a healthy succulent handles water. These plants evolved in arid climates, surviving by storing moisture during rare rains to prepare for the inevitable drought. Inside each leaf is the parenchyma tissue. These are specialized fleshy cells that expand like cellular sponges to store water. When your plant is fully hydrated, these cells are packed tight, pressing against the outer skin and making the leaf feel firm and plump. When environmental water disappears, your plant prioritizes survival. It pulls stored moisture out of its oldest lower leaves first, draining those cellular sponges to protect the new growth at the center. As those lower cells empty, the leaf structure sags and folds inward. True thirst leaves evidence in the environment. The soil deep in the pot will be dry and gritty, and if you lift the container, it will feel noticeably light in your hands. This biological shift happens slowly over several weeks. A succulent does not collapse overnight from a lack of moisture. If your soil is dry, the pot is light, and the lower leaves are uniformly thin and flexible, adding water restores that cell pressure. Water deeply until it runs out the drainage hole, and the parenchyma tissue will slowly refill. The most critical mistake occurs when a succulent begins to fold while the soil is still saturated. When soil stays wet for too long, water floods the microscopic air spaces between the soil particles. This eliminates the oxygen your roots need to function. This creates a state called root hypoxia. Looking at the right side of this diagram, you can see the roots are drowning in water, but suffocating for air at the same time. In these low oxygen conditions, the roots rapidly rot and die. Fungal pathogens thrive in the damp anaerobic soil. Once the roots decay, they lose their ability to transport water upward into the stem. Even though your succulent is sitting in a swamp, no new water is arriving at the canopy. The parenchyma cells drain and collapse, and the leaves wrinkle exactly as they do in a drought. However, the texture provides a warning. Instead of feeling thin and papery, leaves suffering from root failure often feel soft, mushy, or look translucent and yellow. If you see wrinkled leaves but feel heavy, wet soil, adding more water accelerates the rot. The issue is no longer about hydration, it is about the health of the root zone. Before you intervene, keep in mind that not every wrinkle is a crisis. Succulents go through natural biological cycles that change their appearance. Many species, like Aeoniums, enter aestivation during the summer. This is a dormancy period where the plant intentionally reduces its metabolic activity and tightens its rosette to survive the heat. You may also see temporary wrinkling if you recently repotted the plant and disturbed its roots, or if it is simply reabsorbing a single old leaf at the bottom to fuel new growth. If the center growth is firm and the colors are vibrant, a single wrinkled leaf is often just nature working as intended. When you suspect a problem, you can use a systematic tabletop check to determine the correct path before you reach for the water. First, look at which leaves are affected. Are they the oldest lower leaves, or is the center failing? Second, check the soil moisture depth. Push a wooden skewer deep into the pot to see if it is bone dry or damp below the surface. Third, feel the leaf texture. A thin, papery leaf suggests dryness, while a mushy or translucent leaf indicates the roots have stopped functioning. Fourth, check the recent history. Sudden sun exposure or a recent repotting can cause temporary dehydration while the plant adjusts. If the plant continues to decline, remove it from the pot and inspect the roots directly. Healthy roots are pale and firm. Rotting roots are dark brown, slimy, or hollow, and often have a noticeable smell of decay. If your inspection confirms true thirst, water the soil deeply and ensure the excess drains away. Then, wait. Biological recovery is a slow process. If you find root hypoxia, unpot the plant and trim away all dead roots. You must repot it into a mix heavily amended with coarse materials like pumice to restore the macropore structure. These air spaces allow roots to breathe, addressing the cause of the rot rather than just the symptom on the leaf. So when you see a deflated leaf, stop your instinct to water and determine whether you are looking at thirst or rot. Reading the signs in the correct order, leaf, soil, pot, roots, and history, replaces guesswork with reliable biological understanding. By observing the whole system, you stop fighting against your plant and start working with the way nature actually functions.